wouldn't mind a small drop in salary. Since when has 48 been too old?
No work today, Mr. Shepherd? What, another migraine, is it?
Yeah, sort of.
Can't they give you something for it?
Not so far.
Do you know, I reckon there's a proper old conspiracy going with all them doctors and shrinks. If they invented a cure for migraine and everything else, they'd all be out of a job. They'd have to start grafting for a living like the rest of us. That's why there'll never be a proper cure for anything like that. Put them all out of business.
You could be right. Well, I'd better get a move on.
Where are you going now?
Oh, I've got some visiting to do in town.
Well, I thought you said you had a migraine.
Righto, Mr. Mallory. I'll have a little word with him and just hope it doesn't happen again. Oh, I wish Mr. Mallory would in the afternoons. It ruins me day this early.
What trouble?
Yeah, not really. It's just that you noticed Harry Klein's taxi was leaking oil again. Went on about it being trodden inside.
Not again. He must have shares in BP or something. Yeah, Lynn. That Leslie Shepherd's a funny bloke. Very close, know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. He saw Mr. Mallory about something last week, and when I offered to listen to whatever it was, he didn't want to know.
He's always hanging about the place. He says it's migraines, but I don't know. I reckon he's up to something. Do you know, Lynn? He could be running some kind of business from here, using his flat as an office. He spends an awful lot of time on the phone.
Oh, don't be silly, love. He knows the rules. Besides, he's not that sort of fella.
Sometimes, love, you let the wool be pulled right over your eyes, don't you?
Edward, oh, I haven't seen you for a long time.
Well, I've been busy in the flat getting it ship-shape for my housewarming.
Oh, Elsie and I thought perhaps we might have put you off. It's not often we see a new face, especially someone like you.
Oh, you flatter me. I'm still looking forward to meeting your sister.
Oh, yes, well, Sarah, she's away for the moment.
Oh, perhaps when she gets back. I am just about to make an absolute fool of myself.
Oh, never. Not at all. Why?
That terrifying contraption puts the fear of God into me. I've never had to use one before. You see, in Rhodesia, there are always servants to do the washing.
Oh, you men are the limit. Here, I'll show you.
Oh, that would be very kind of you.
It's a pleasure, I assure you.
Haven't seen her for ages.
Oh, hello. Morning. Probably found herself a new fella. Having the time of her life.
I hope so. Served Mike right.
Is he still seeing that courier bird? You met her, didn't you?
Yeah. But I reckon she just popped in, like, before Easter.
A bit of passing trade.
Yeah, it was still embarrassing for Trish, though. Not that I said anything. But those two could have met, face to face. How would she have felt then, eh?
The other woman.
Well, I reckon I should have a chat with our Mr. Gowers.
Leave it alone, Trev. It's none of our business.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk to him. Get it straight.
It's their problem, not ours.
Don't worry. No aggro. See you in a minute.
Talk about telepathy.
Hi. What?
No, nothing. Just me and Trev saying we hadn't seen you around. All right, are you?
Great. Ever since the clocks went forward, I've been dreaming about summer and getting a suntan.
Trev will be glad you're okay.
I wish you'd all stop worrying about me. I'm not a kid anymore. Thanks all the same.
Morning, girls.
Oh, hello, Pete. Got to make another pot. Won't be long, though. You don't live here.
Not yet. Hope too soon.
Suddenly an invasion of men. Like the war. It's marvellous. What, Elsie? The doctor or the men. Peter is a friend of our Trevor Wallace. Oh, yes, of course, the train driver.
Not exactly.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Won't you join us?
Oh, thank you.
Trouble is, Mike, I like you both. And I can't stand seeing you hurting each other.
It's all over, Trevor. I told you. Don't you ever listen?
Is it? Look, Mike, Trish is very young, very vulnerable.
Oh, and you should know.
We had a heart-to-heart last week. Well, I still think it means something to her.
Look, I agree with you. Tricia is a very nice girl. But what goes on between us is our business and no one else's.
Not when it comes to Trish being hurt.
Look, our little courtship is over, so don't go worrying your heart away on our behalf.
OK. Let's just have another girls traipsing up here. For a start, what's her name, Sally?
That's the reason for the visit, is it? I thought it wouldn't be long before you dropped me in it over that.
I'm not dropping you in it. You may have noticed Trish lives here. And if those two had met, you'd rarely be in it.
I'm telling you, my girl, that I live here. And I'll be much happier if you stuck to your British rail sandwiches and left the rest of us to live our lives in peace.
I don't think that would be at all a good idea. No, thank you.
He's certainly got those two going. Never seen him so chirpy, especially Miss Finch.
Oh, yes, it's brightened her up no end, having someone to talk to, and he being such a gentleman, too.
She likes a bit of class, then, does she, Aunt Martha?
Oh, I wouldn't put it quite like that. Fussy.
I'm afraid the days of high adventure are past, when there were tall ships and you sailed away into the great unknown, hoping you wouldn't fall off the edge of the world.
That would be painful.
Oh, I'd always like to go to Africa, visit the pyramids, have a ride on a camel. I'd like that.
Would you?
Oh, the pyramids are a marvellous sight. But Africa is a wonderful continent altogether.
I want to go ballooning.
What?
I've tried motorbikes. Next, I want to fly up in a balloon, a dot in the sky.
Well, that would be adventurous.
But, Edward, don't you find it quiet now, your life here?
Not at all. It's full of attractions.
Oh, you must come to tea with me soon. I mean, even if Sarah is away. You tell me your favourite cake and I'll make it.
I shall look forward to that.
He liked what I made him.
Yes, didn't I just?
Edward, do you ever go to the cinema at all? I haven't been for ages. I don't like going to those places on my own, but of course with someone.
You hate picture houses, you told me.
Well, I don't go very often.
Well, it all depends on what's on, of course.
Oh, yes,
Excuse me.
Oh.
Mrs. Potts, are you all right?
Yes, I think so. Came over all faint.
Well, then you had better sit down.
No, not in here. Must go upstairs to my room. Lie down.
But, Elsie, you've never done this before.
Came over all faint.
Oh, dear. I do hope she's all right. Probably never got over that fall she had in the laundrette.
Need any help?
Thanks, I think we can manage. Miss Finch, perhaps you and I can help her upstairs.
Oh, dear. Poor old Elsie Potts. Just came over her. All of a sudden, just like that.
See it in the hospital every day. You can never tell at that age.
Elsie Potts, what's up with her?
I'm not really sure.
Well, I must say it looks better than on you than it does on him. Come in.
Can I see you a minute?
Well, of course, Harry.
I'll be in the salon if you want me, Mum.
OK, love.
Hello.
Right.
Well, sit yourself down.
It's just that I've heard a rumour.
Before we go into rumours, Harry, a little fact. Our mutual friend, Mr. Marrow, has been complaining to me this morning about your taxi leaking oil again.
Look, love, my taxi does not leak oil. Perhaps he'd prefer me to buy one of them motors that runs on manure. A load of chickens.
It's all right, all right. Hold your horses. Now, what's this rumour of yours?
Well, we've heard that as the rates are going up, the rents might follow.
And who's been banding about that little bit of gossip?
Well, it's sort of common knowledge.
Oh, I see. Well, you can rest assured, Harry, that at this point in time there is no definite plan for the rents to go up. They'll have to go up sooner or later, but not just yet.
That's all right, then. Because if they was going up, things being tight and that, I was going to ask if you could bump up the money you pay Dora for doing the cleaning.
There we are. Now, take it easy.
It's still there. I feel it.
What's still there?
I don't want to tell her.
Tell her what?
What do you mean, Elsie?
I only want to speak to the doctor. It's personal.
Oh, don't be so silly, Elsie. I'm an old friend.
I want to be alone with Edward.
Well, perhaps in the circumstances...
Well, really, I was only trying to be helpful.
Please, Martha.
Oh, just for you, Edward.
Excuse me. Have you seen Mike Gow's about?
How, Michael? You a friend of yours?
Yeah. I've just come round to celebrate. Got myself a new job.
Oh, yeah? What's that, then?
Air hostess.
Very nice, too.
Have you seen Mike?
Well, he could be up in his flat, or, he could be through there.
Oh, there's someone I know. Trevor, friend of Mike's. Cheers.
And who's the lucky boy, then? Hey? Little Bobby Dazzle just arguing to you. Something about a celebration.
Oh, she's not here, is she? Oh no, the two of them together.
Oh. Hi. Sandra. How's it all going?
It's Sally, Dumhead. Have you got a bad memory or something?
Sally? Yeah, of course. Just popped in for a quick visit, have you? Staying long?
That depends. I'd like some coffee, though, Trevor. See? I don't forget the names of my friends.
Tricia, how about going to get us some more coffee?
Trev, manners. I'll go. Coffee all round?
Not for me.
Yes, please.
Well, Sally, how's it all going? Just popped in between jobs, have you? Courier or something, weren't you?
Oh, isn't he wonderful? The men these days have got such a way with words, and he's so good looking with it.
Trevor, how about some introductions then, or have you forgotten my name as well?
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Fine. Tricia, this is Sally, a sort of friend of mine. Works for a bus firm as a courier.
Hi.
Hi.
Sally, this is Tricia, sort of friend of mine, lives here and has been known to triumph with the odd hair creation.
Hello.
Hello.
Look, I think we've got a friend in common.
Very common, I'd say.
What would you say, Trevor?
I'm just wondering how much longer Pete's going to be. Can you make that another one, Pete? Milk, no sugar.
Oh, come on, Pete, tell us. Who is she?
I've never met her before, but she knows Trev, and I guess one or two other men in this place.
Yeah, but who else does she know apart from Trevor?
If I had to put money on it, I'd say Mike Gowers is the man to ask for further information. Now, is that everything?
Yes, it is. That'll be 45p.
45?
Yes, the 5p extra for the tray service. And don't forget to bring it back.
What's her name? What does she do?
My lips are sealed. Ask the milkman.
Oh, really, this Mike Gowers is turning this place into something really disreputable. Did you see that awful man he brought in from a nightclub a few weeks ago, trying to sell fur coats? I'm seriously considering moving out of here if all this doesn't stop.
Oh, what, Martha?
All this.
Well, really, I can't find anything wrong with you at all.
Oh, dear. Are you sure?
Quite sure. In fact, for someone of your age, you are remarkably fit. A completely clean bill of health. Remarkable.
Oh, bother and broomsticks.
I beg your pardon?
That's what my grandmother used to say when she was upset over something. Bother and broomsticks. She died when she was 97.
97? Does longevity run in your family?
Oh, no. She died very young. She was kicked to death.
Kicked to death? How appalling.
By Albert. He was our donkey on our little farm. Grandma thought he was Bessie, our cow. She put down the little milking stool, you know, 3 legs, sat on it, tried to milk him. The donkey. So Albert kicked her to death.
Well, it's not a very pleasant death for an old lady.
She wasn't old, only 97. I really loved her.
Yes, well, you would better get some rest.
Yes, I'll go to sleep.
That's right. Dream about the good old days.
That'll be nice. Peaceful dreams. You're not going away, are you?
I thought you were going to sleep.
Me? No, I'm not sleepy. Stay and talk to me.
Well, just for a few minutes.
I wanted to tell you about the time when Albert kicked me as well.
So, he's been two-timing both of us.
Look, I don't think this is the time or the place.
I don't believe in all this English bit, keeping everything on the surface and never really talking about what we should be talking about.
I think what Trev is trying to say is that when the people in the discussion are directly
Oh,
involved...
come off it, Pete. I don't mind talking about it if she doesn't. As far as two-timing goes, we only went out a couple of times. And even then it never got very heavy. Just for fun, really.
You would say that, wouldn't you? And how heavy is heavy? It's all words, isn't it? I've known Mike Gowers heavier than a milk float, when he probably thought it was, what did you say? just for fun.
Sandra, Sally, or whatever your name is, I don't think your brand of humour's going down too well right now.
Why don't you tell us all about this wonderful new job you've wangled yourself?
Oh, leave off it. It's like having a couple of big sisters looking after me.
Beg your pardon.
What's going on?
Nothing you'll understand, dear.
Oh, wouldn't I?
I said understand, not know about.
That's typical, that is. That's exactly what I meant about the English, especially your sort. Well, if none of you are going to talk straight about a simple situation, then I'm not going to hang about. Gorgeous Gowers must be in by now. I'll say this for him, though. He's obviously got good taste with us two. Cheer up, doll. After today, you're welcome to him. Excuse me? Did you make the coffee?
Yes, dear, we did.
No, it was me. Why?
I don't recommend these large catering packs. They make the coffee taste like garbage.
Oh,
Well,
dear.
really? What?
It was tepid as well.
This is getting too much. I'm not giving up my free time to be insulted. I shall complain to the warden.
You know, Martha, she could be right. These big tins can be tasteless.
From someone like her, too. I shall have a word to say to Mike Gowers. She seems to be his friend.
What on earth did Mike ever see in her?
I quite like her, actually. I can see why Mike goes for her. What I can't understand is what he ever saw in me.
I do. You're 50 times better than she is. Mike was a real idiot to have lost you.
Especially for that.
But he hasn't lost me.
What are you looking so miserable about?
Beg your pardon?
Suppose you live here too.
I do reside here, yes.
That explains it then.
That explains what?
Why you look so blooming miserable, like everyone else round here.
What are you then? A ray of light in this gloomy pit? Which floor?
Mike Gowers, whichever that is.
Same as me. So, what are you so blooming cheerful about?
New job, mate, that's what. I hated the old one. Jabbering to tourists on buses all day long. So I thought, flying. So I started ringing round all these companies. And hey presto, second one I spoke to fixed me up an interview. I'll start on Monday. £250 a week, plus perks. I'm off to Dubai. Or is it Kuwait? I can't remember. Some place, new job, new life. No point in wasting yourself, is there? Aren't you getting out here?
No, I think I'll go back down again.
Suit yourself, mate. But cheer up. You look even more miserable now than you did 2 minutes ago.
Damn.
Mike, stop playing games with me. Saw you through the letterbox. Come on, Mr. Milkman, open up a little go-top Sally.
You have to make all that noise. The walls are very thin, you know.
Sorry, but you know what milkmen are like.
He obviously is not at home.
Want a bet? Come on, Mikey, Spiky Pikey, open up.
Get lost.
There. Well done. That wasn't so difficult, was it?
I thought you weren't coming back. I thought we'd agreed on that.
No, we did not agree to that. Ah, give me those. I said when I got myself a job, I'll call round and then we'd celebrate. And I've got myself a job with an airlines. £250 a week plus perks.
So you come round to celebrate?
No, not now. I've come round to say goodbye.
Do you mind? Well, goodbye, dear Sal.
Oh, I see you're not too sorry to watch me take off into the dusty blue yonder and possibly disappear forever under a yashmak. Are you?
Well, might keep your mouth shut. No. We had some good times, Sal.
Yeah, I suppose we have. Don't worry, chubby face. I didn't make a scene. I'm not that sort. The ground will be completely clear for little Miss Air Artiste. Lucky her.
Yeah, I saw you talking to her earlier.
Oh, spying, were you? You should have joined us. Would have been fun. Oh, look. That hairdresser is a lovely lady. You're a lucky fella. I'd work hard on it if I was you. Don't worry. I didn't spoil it for you.
Thanks, Sal. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm about to fly off on my magic carpet. We'll probably never see each other again. We've had some good times. So come in, Mr. Milkman. Let's say goodbye properly.
I don't suppose you happen to know, Douglas, how Harry Klein got hold of the rumour about the rent increase?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose he happened to hear something.
I don't suppose you happened to say something, did you?
Hey?
Who is it?
It's me, your darling daughter.
And what are you knocking for, then?
I just thought you might be discussing things.
We were, so what?
Well, you know, intimate things, private things, things one as young as me shouldn't really know about.
What are you looking all smug about?
Just amused, that's all.
Oh, great. I'm glad it was such good entertainment value.
Oh, no, it's not you, honest. Well, not really. It's just games people play, you know.
Which games?
Which people?
Just games. Just people.
Always remember your tea party.
Well, Mrs. Potts, have you fully recovered?
Right as rain.
I've given her a thorough check-up. She'll live.
Oh, thank goodness. The place wouldn't be the same without you.
Dr. Fuller's been saying how much he enjoyed my tea party last week. We're having another one next week with everyone coming.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, yes. She's looking forward to it.
You'll come, Mrs. Webber, and the paint man. Please come.
The painter? Oh, yes. Dougie and I'll be delighted.
Why don't you go in the lounge and ask the others? I'll be along in a minute.
Good idea.
I wanted to have a quiet word with you.
Oh, you've improved very quickly.
Well, I've had the treatment.
So it would seem. You mustn't waste his time, you know, particularly now he's in retirement.
And I'm having another tea party with everyone coming. Mrs. Webber, the paint man, Mrs. Klein.
Oh, I'm afraid I'd be too busy.
That's all right, then. There'll be so many people. Edward's coming and going to invite all his friends.
Oh, what day did you say it would be? I think I could make it. That's if I'm not too busy.
That fall a month ago couldn't have had any long-term effects, could it?
No, the bruising's still there, but it's healing up.
Hello, Dr. Fuller.
Oh, hello.
Mum, Dad asked me to remind you about his message.
What message?
Dr. Fuller's.
Oh, Lord, yes, I forgot.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, Trish.
Bye, Sal. Take care.
Have fun.
I always do.
Young people.
Young people. What about old people? They're all the same, really.
I suppose you're right.
What was the message?
Oh, yes. Miss Quarterford, she wanted you to know she's due back from her aunt's tomorrow.
Oh, did she? I thought she'd been trying to avoid me.
Why ever would she want to do that?